YouTube? Got a yo-yo review to do today. This is the Vosun Vanquish. Yes, I finally have one. So for the last 6 months, everybody's been like, oh, you should really try the Vosun Vanquish. You know what? You need a Vosun Vanquish. The Vosun Vanquish, you should try the Vosun Vanquish. But there weren't any American retailers that sold them for the last 6 months or so. However, enter Yoyo Best Buy. Yoyo Best Buy started carrying the Vosun brand of yo-yos here just a couple of weeks ago, I think. And one of the ones they put on there, of course, was the Vanquish, because at the time, I mean, it's still, I think, one of the most popular, if not still the most popular Vosun yo-yo. As of the time of this recording, there are still two Vosun Vanquishes in super pink on the Yoyo Best Buy site. There will be a link down in the description as long as it still exists when I upload this video. This is the Magic Yo-Yo N12 Killer. This yo-yo is awesome. But before I rave about it, let's get right into the specs. It comes with a standard size C 10-ball concave bearing. I actually really like this concave bearing. It's kind of the shape. Some concave bearings are too sharp. This one's pretty much perfect. Very much like the Duncan ones. Very good. It's a 10-ball concave bearing. It's a very good bearing. Diameter of this yo-yo is 56 millimeters. It is 44.5 millimeters wide. The gap width is 4.8 millimeters, and it weighs in at a perfect 66 grams even. Made out of 66D1 aluminum, and it's got this beautiful shiny blasted finish, which is pretty great for grinds, and it looks great. It reflects light, awesome. I'll take a good picture of it outside for the thumbnail, so you'll get a good idea of what it looks like in some sunlight. But it's looking pretty good on camera right now. Awesome color. Now the specialty about this yo-yo, $25. Shipped to your door from Yoyo Best Buy. $25. This thing's awesome. I would say it plays as well as and as fun as the Duncan Grasshopper, which I am a huge fan of. Very, very, very similar shape to it as well. It's got an extra little cut in there that really is just for aesthetic purposes, I think. The finish is just as good, and I think the finish looks better than the Duncan Grasshopper. And it's half the price. Cups are different, so the weight distribution is slightly different, but if you threw them back to back, you'd be like, wow, those play pretty similarly. Additionally, very, very similar to another Duncan that I'm a fan of is the Duncan Origami. Very similar in shape, and actually the finishes are kind of more similar here. That's kind of that very shiny blasted finish. Really good, really good. This is a little more V. This is a little more like Bell H shaped. Here it is next to a shutter. It's not as heavy as the shutter, but it's almost as good as the shutter. Maybe is just as good, depending on what you like. This shutter's a little heavier, spins a little longer, a little more stable, comes in more colors. I think the shutters maybe got that going for it. But $25, and I don't know. This is pretty awesome too. Probably right up there with it. Here it is next to a CLYW Orca. As you can see, similar size to that. I didn't compare the widths, but yeah, the width is pretty much dead on to the Duncan Grasshopper. I would actually say that if you had to, gun to my head, ask me what Chinese manufacturer does Vosun and another major brand, I believe these are machined, at least it feels like it, that they're machined in the same shop as the Duncan yo-yos. It seems that way to me. And I would not be surprised if that was the case. It seems like they even come with the same bearing. So that's just I have no idea. I can't verify that. That's just my observation. But very, very good yo-yo. I really like it, especially for $25. I've kind of been carrying this everywhere. I got a little ding in it because I've been carrying it and playing with it a ton. but it's been great. I mean, it plays great, and it's really really fun. So got a string on it, got a nice zip line string on here. So let's go throw it around and see what it can do. All right, guys, and we are back with the Vosun Vanquish, kicking toys out of the way. So very comfortable feeling yo-yo. Like you're gonna be very like. Upon first throw, you're going to be like, oh, this feels familiar, because it does. It's not a crazy, like, out there shape that you've never tried or anything like that. It's a very safe shape, but at $25, you know, I like I said, and I showed you, it's very comparable to things up in the $50 price range, and it's a lot of fun to throw, too. As far as the grind finish is concerned, it's pretty muggy today, but it grinds really well. Still going strong, even though I threw it onto my finger. The lip here, there's no like real like IGR in there, but it's kind of big enough and sticks out enough that you definitely can thumb grind on it. Yeah. No real issues there. And at 66 grams, it's pretty quick, nimble, easy to control, spins a long time. It's kind of that like sweet spot between like, what would be considered, I guess, a light yo-yo and like a heavy yo-yo. So you kind of get that like stability and long spin of a heavy yo-yo at 66 grams. But if you want to push a yo-yo that's 66 grams, you can totally do that, and you know, it'll go a little quicker for you. So for $25, I mean, it's really hard to beat this thing. This is a way more fun yo-yo than the N12 is, in my opinion. Finish is better. It looks better. Colors are better. I mean, it's just, this is a good yo-yo. This is a really good yo-yo. It's got like a finger spin dimple in it. That's concaved. See if I can hit it. It's blasted all the way through, so even the inner circle thing is blasted. Nah. It's really muggy. Nah, I missed. But yeah, you could totally do finger spins on this. And it won't do them for you, but yeah, you could totally nail some finger spins, some solid finger spins on this. I have before. I promise I'm not going to be able to do it on camera because I haven't been practicing it, and it's really muggy today. Air conditioner keeps kicking on. Yeah. But yeah, super good, super fun yo-yo for $25. I mean, you really can't go wrong. I hope Yo-Yo Best Buy stocks more of these and maybe gets more colors too, because I mean, if you're in the market for an everyday carry yo-yo like an EDC that you're not worried about, that doesn't cost a whole lot, I can't think of much that's, you know, on par or better than this, especially under $30. And for $25, holy crap. But let's take it back on the desk. I'll take it apart. I'll show you what the guts look like. Hey guys, and we are back on the desk. Before I rip this apart, I want to show you guys the only real, like, you know, this is not dead smooth. It's got a little bit of fingernail vibe. It's nothing crazy. Probably like a 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 8.5 out of 10, something like that. It's about the same level of smoothness as the Duncan stuff usually is. My Duncan's didn't come dead smooth either. I've tuned this a little bit. I got one side pretty smooth, actually. This side's got a little bit of fingernail vibe. But at $25, it's really hard to be like, oh, it's got like the petit poo bit of vibe. So I don't know if that's a con, but I kind of forgot to mention it while I was throwing it in front of the window. So let's take it apart, show you guys what it looks like. The cat behind me, pay no attention to her. She's insane. Alright, so here's the inside. Little black axle there with the hex head. It's kind of small because the finger spin dimple, I don't know what it is, maybe 6 millimeters, maybe 8. 10 ball concave bearing. Spins good. I've had to lube it because it's muggy as hell, but still spins good. Still spinning, actually. Here's the construction. You can see it's kind of got that little step there, but it's kind of a very the step has like a big drop off of it. So no, the step doesn't get in the way, but it's good for giving you that extra gap room. Comes with these orange pads. These are the same pads I think that actually came in the origami. The orange pads are usually the pads that are grippier but wear out the quickest. I think they're like competition pads, and as you can see, mine are even starting to wear in a little bit. So once I wear those out, I'm going to have to replace them. That's the red pads. I think these are just the standard 19mm Yo-Yo factory red pads, but they're very good. Construction's very good. No issues stripping or anything. I've taken this apart a couple of times to tune it and whatnot. No issues stripping. As you can see, it's kind of neat looking. It's got that little cut in there, and it's got the step up. So it's sort of it's like an interesting-ish shape. It's not just a bell shape. It's got a little work to it. It squeaks a little bit when you put it together. So for budget metal, that's pretty common, but it's not exactly one-drop machining, but it's only $25, so clearly it's not exactly one-drop machining. But haven't had any trouble with the axle stripping or anything like that. Bearing sits tight on the seat, so careful with that. You don't want to be ripping bearings off. You'll kind of mess up the anodizing, and then it'll vibe hard. But if you're good to your yo-yo, it'll be good to you. And at only $25, if you take it around, you beat it up, and you mess it up, didn't cost you that much, and you'll certainly get your $25 worth of fun out of it, in my opinion. So let's talk pros and cons. Pros, great finish. Awesome grind finish, especially for a budget yo-yo under $30. Probably the best under $30 finish that I've seen, or at least one of them. The top yo ones are pretty good, but those usually hit about the $30. We'll say those are 30. This is 25. So, as good of a finish as I've seen, better than most of the Magic Yo-Yos in its price, better than all the Magic Yo-Yos in its price range. Certainly a step up as far as that's concerned. Good bearing out of the box, not a sketchy bearing at all. A very, very nice bearing. I'd put it right on par with the 10-ball concave bearings that come with the Duncan stuff. No issues at all. Great bearings, so no issues there. The ano looked good. There was no factory flaws or anything on mine out of the box. It looked good. Now I've since beat mine up a little bit because I've taken it everywhere, but it still plays great. Plays just as well as it did out of the box. No qualms, no problems there. The design is cool. It's kind of your all-arounder type of design. Not specifically for anything, but kind of a jack-of-all-trades type of yo-yo to take everywhere with you. Good for every style, and just a cool yo-yo to play. It adds some extra cuts and stuff, so it's pretty fun, too. It's not just a boring, heavy yo-yo. The weight is good. I mean, everything's really good. For $25, this is really good. If this was $50, it would still be good. But at $25, this is awesome for $25. Awesome. It would be fine at $50. It's great at $25. Great at $25. So that's, that's my take on the Vosun Vanquish. I've been loving it. I've been carrying it a lot. You'll see it a bunch. If you see me out, I'll probably have it on me. So if you want to try it, if you see me in public, for some reason. If I'm with my kids, though, leave me alone. I'm just kidding. They'd have fun with it. But, yeah, Vosun Vanquish. Definitely a cool yo-yo. Check the link down in the description for Yo-Yo Best Buy. They've still got a couple in stock as of the filming of this video. But I would imagine they'll be sold out soon, so scoop one up quickly, and then and if you don't, wait for the restock, because you're gonna want one of these if you're into everyday carry budget yo-yos. This one's really good. Don't miss this one. But thanks so much for watching, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe. Cheers to you, and we will see you next time.